How does vehicle financing work in an Islamic bank? Let us understand by the story of Yusuf. Yusuf, a young professional and a car enthusiast, is considering if it's the right time to purchase a car. Although he has set his eyes on a car, he doesn't have enough funds to purchase the car outright. Yusuf thinks to himself, how will I buy it? Since I don't have the money, I will have to opt for a financing facility. But then he remembers that God has permitted trade and forbidden interest. Having heard of non-interest-based financing, Yusuf approaches an Islamic bank to find out if there is any possibility to own a vehicle by paying in installments. He was informed by the bank officer of a type of vehicle financing called Ijara, which in Arabic refers to renting of an asset. So how does this work? This transaction works on a rental-based structure, which forms a relationship of a lessor and a lessee. The bank, as the lessor, purchases the vehicle based on Yusuf's preference and rents it out to Yusuf, who is the lessee, for an agreed period of time for an agreed rental amount. Since Yusuf indicates that he eventually would like to own the vehicle, the bank gives Yusuf an undertaking that upon him duly paying all his monthly rentals for the agreed period, the vehicle will be gifted to him by the bank. To clear Yusuf's doubts as to how Islamic vehicle financing differs from interest-based leasing, the officer informs Yusuf that if the financed vehicle has lost its usage purpose, the customer is not liable to pay the rental for the period in which the vehicle is not functional because it is on rent. For example, if the vehicle meets with an accident and is garaged for 1 month for repairs, the customer is not required to pay the rental for that month, unless the non-usability of the vehicle is due to misconduct, negligence, and breach of terms of the contract by the customer. Whereas an interest-based leasing system would require the monthly payment irrespective of the usage condition of the vehicle. Further, the banking officer explains that the Islamic bank does not profit from charging the customer any penalties for late payment, as the rental amount is already agreed. However, this feature can be easily abused and will result in unduly impacting the profit earning of an investor who has invested his money with the bank. In order to avoid this abuse, the customer obtaining vehicle finance is required to undertake to make a pre-agreed donation to charity through the bank in case of such delayed payments. Any such donation is completely prohibited from entering the investment profit pool of the bank. In case Yusuf decides to settle the facility early, the banking officer explains that Yusuf is permitted to do so, which will result in the termination of the Ijara contract, and the bank will now offer to sell the vehicle to Yusuf under a sale contract, of which terms are to be agreed at such point. With better understanding and being convinced of the benefits of Ijara, Yusuf decides to get his vehicle financed with an Islamic bank and also recommends the same to his family and friends. So now that you know how vehicle financing works in an Islamic bank, you too can make the right decision when looking to purchase a vehicle. Amana Bank. It's your bank.